it's my privilege to introduce former Chief Justice Cheri Beasley. She was Chief Justice and is devoted public servant and experienced leader who has dedicated her entire career to bettering the lives of North Carolinians. As the first black woman to win a statewide election in North Carolina in 2008 and the first black woman to serve as Chief Justice of the North Carolina Supreme Court, Ms. Beasley has blazed trails and shattered glass ceilings throughout her career, and we're very fortunate to have her with us today.
Good morning, sisters! I am Cheri Beasley, and I am the retired Chief Justice of the Supreme Court of North Carolina and candidate for the United States Senate. My pronouns are she and her. And I'm just so excited to see so many beautiful, talented women come together for such an amazing purpose, because we know what happens when women come together. We get things done. I'm excited about running for the United States Senate, and of course, when I win, I will be the first African-American woman to be a United States Senator here in North Carolina. But we know that wasn't always possible, and it wasn't that long ago that women didn't have a voice in our democracy at all. In fact, as we all know, today, 101 years ago, many women officially earned the right to vote with the adoption of the 19th Amendment to the United States Constitution. But I'm so excited to be here with you all today in Raleigh with this really amazing group of women, because what we know for sure is that women always change the course of history and the course of life for so many women and our families. But we also must continue to call for the change and demand action. We know that the first time that the Equal Rights Amendment was introduced was in 1923. 1923, and here we are still fighting 98 years later. The women who came before us fought so hard so that we would have the rights that we have today. So we would be so much closer to equal rights for all people, for women under the eyes of the law. And one of those women was my mother, Lou Beasley, who fought so hard for women to have the right to vote. And it was because of the Voting Rights Act that 56 years ago that my mother earned the right to vote. But she taught me that there's no such thing as a closed door, that I can do anything, but also that you can do anything. And together, we do get things done. And it really does take all of us working together, believing that we deserve more and that we can get it done. And when women come together, there's absolutely nothing we can't do. When women elect women, there is nothing we cannot do. We can and we must pass the Equal Rights Amendment. We can and we must implement paid family leave. We can and we must secure equal pay for all women. We can and we must elect women from the State House to the White House. And we know that the more women have a place in our decisions that are made, we know that families and communities benefit. And we know that women are the voices and the vessels for messages for our community. We know that women give movement to the issues that matters most to us and to our families and to our communities. And we know that when women fight, we all win. Our communities win, and this state wins, and this nation wins. And it takes all of us to build a better and stronger, more just future for this state and for North Carolina, where women have equal protection under the law once and for all for every generation to come, where women don't have to work 3 jobs just to make the rent, that equal pay really means equal for everybody, including black and brown women. And yes, my mother, Lou Beasley, who earned her PhD, who only earned the right to vote 56 years ago with the passage of the Voting Rights Act. We should not be fighting this same fight for the next generation. We've got to get it done now. And so today, on this anniversary of suffrage, I join an amazing group of women who in the continued fight for the ERA, and I think of my grandparents and my mother who fought so hard for the right to vote, for their rights, and for the rights of others, for the right for equality for all people, every single person. And I think about the courageous women who came before us, who believed and demanded that women deserve equality even when it's denied under the law. And I think of my sons and all of our children for generations to come. They deserve to have their voices heard, and it is their right. So I thank you for your hard efforts, not just for the commemoration of this day, but for what you do every single day of the year. And I thank you for your hard work in electing good people, good women, and demanding the very best for all of us. Thank you so much. Let's keep fighting.